someone make a comment the other day on a video that I did to do a review on the Aldi rear light camera. Yeah, so I guess he was sort of insinuating I should go and buy one. I didn't really want to go and buy one because I've already got the rear view over on the Fly 6. But then I thought, why the hell not? And there it is. So, firstly, what you need to do when you buy one of these things is you need to get the instruction book. Now, most of the time, let's be honest, we just flick the instruction book like so. But, let me see. This, I'm glad, and I learnt this after I purchased it. Okay, this was after. I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do with this thing? And I thought, I'll just sling it on my mountain bike. Yeah, but after having a quick browse through the old, you know, how to start it and disconnect the USB charging cable when not in use. Like you're really going to ride down the road with a USB charging cable hanging around. Don't think they needed to tell us that, but anyhow. What I did learn was this. Let me just get to it. Okay. So, the reason why I decided to read this was because with this one here, which is the Fly 6, very nice camera indeed, I have to say, but I'm doing a comparison, don't forget, okay? This one, when you fall off your bike, clunk, it saves that, keep recording, but then it will save that whole section for the last, I don't know, 4 minutes or something, and then it will continue to keep recording, but it won't allow it to be wiped over. I wanted to know if this one did the same, but from what I've gathered on this, it doesn't do that, okay? But what it does say here is, and it says it right there, all right, it says, important, in the case of an accident or major incident, it is important to turn off camera and or remove the micro SD card to ensure that the footage in not recorded over. It's made in China, and in not is an English. Is not recorded over is what it should be, but it actually says in not there. I write a lot of blogs, so sort of grammar's a little bit of my thing at the minute. Never thought it would be, but it is slightly, so I pick these things up from time to time. Okay, so you basically have to turn the camera off, all right? So to avoid the footage being recorded over, you can use a 32 gig SD card, not provided, which has a greater memory capacity. You're not really going to record over 32 if you've got a 32 gig in there on, say, a 100k bike ride. I doubt very much you're going to get to the end of that 32 gig, so that's what they're saying. But anyhow, it does not record when topples over. Yeah, and I figured, well, why not? And then I read another bit. All right, instructions. I mean, look, let's be honest, men generally don't use instructions, yeah? But it shows you how to mount it there to your bike, all right, which is exactly the same as Fly 6, this Aldi job here, all right? You see, it's pretty much the same, okay? Look, it mounts the same, so I figured, can't be that hard. But I learn something new every day, all right? Installing the camera on the front of the bike. So, I have this one, which is my rear view camera. This one is going to be my front camera. Now you might be thinking to yourself, but how's he going to attach it to the bike? And I was thinking that very thing until I came back to the instructions and I continued to read, and it said, installing the camera vertically, like so, on the bike stem may cause the camera lens to face towards the skyline and thereby not record at the desired angle. For forward facing footage, we recommend installing the camera horizontally. And now it all makes sense. So, reading the instructions does come in handy sometimes, okay, and I'm a shocker for not reading the instructions, I can assure you, but I shall show you. So, here's my beloved little baby. So, there's your bike, there's your frame, yeah, your handlebars. It's basically going to sit like so. Alright, so that's how it will sit, and it will record all of my footage as I'm riding. So now it will record like that, all the footage forwards, and this one will record like that, all the footage behind me. Couldn't get any better. So I then decided I would revert to the box. Oh, it's getting very technical here, isn't it? Here's the box, because this gives you the quick stuff that you just want to know, don't you? Right, so HD 1920 by 1080p video and audio recording, so exactly the same as the Fly 6. Rear light with 3 modes, exactly the same as the Fly 6. Up to 6 hours battery life. That's about the same as the Fly 6. Okay, so it does record, looping, all the rest of it. It's water resistant, it's got an error detection alert, includes a micro SD card of 8 gigabytes, which is fantastic. The Fly 6 didn't come with a SD card, you have to buy your own, and you can put up to a 36 in this one, which is great. Easy mount posts included. So, it's full HD. This is what you get in the box. There's you get 2 of these, yeah, and they obviously sit, I'm going to go into the other stuff in a minute, don't worry, they obviously sit in there like so, yeah, and then go around your stem, okay, and the same, you can use that one on your handlebars, and what it will do is, if you just put the light on your handlebars, yeah, it's going, the lens, look, is pointing that away, at an angle, right, so what will happen is, you put that there, and it will then point it like that, and it goes horizontal, and it records it all straight and parallel. So you get 2 of those. You get a whole heap of these. These are the straps that hang it on. There is another one, I just dropped it. You get some packing stuff as well, so as you can push things out on your seat post and make it different however you want. And you also get, voila, this little strap, which obviously connects onto these, yeah, and then goes like that. All right, and I've tried it on my bike, it fits perfectly on the handlebars, so bloody spiffing. So now what we'll do is, I've compared it. I know you'll all be asking, what's the weight, what's the weight, what's the weight? All right, so I've gone and done a little scale. The Aldi weighs in at 124 grams. The Fly 6, 123 grams. Okay, that's it. That's it. It's got a very bright light, I've got to tell you. But obviously, when you're using it for a front camera, you're not going to be using the light. Okay, I wouldn't have thought so anyway, because it's on the front. But to turn it on, look, there's your, let me see, there's the little flap there, exactly the same as the Fly 6. I'm getting this camera all mixed up here. Exactly the same as the Fly 6, so you just stick your charger in there, and then you've got your SD card in there, and that just clips down. Now look, these things are going to break, I can tell you, that little thing there, because the Fly 6 has exactly the same, but as you can see, it's now missing. Reason being is, constantly pulling back, and recording to charge it, it broke. These as well are pretty much the same, whether it's the same type of material, whether it's a bit more silica based. If this was silica based, it would be able to have so many more times of the stretch off, stretch on, because when you put it on and off, you see, you sort of oink that over and you're stretching it, yeah? Hopefully these are silica based, a bit better, or that will give it that little, be a bit more supple, okay? The Fly 6, they broke after about 6 months, that because obviously you take it on and off as you're charging it and all the rest of it. So they broke, all right, and I now use, I will show you, I now use these on the Fly 6, so I just pop them around like so, and then that goes on to hold it on the back of the seat. They're not as sturdy, I've got to admit. It does sort of shake about a bit, but it hasn't fallen off as yet. So back to this one here. Fully waterproof. I'm going to turn it on now. So it's just a quick, simple, let you know it's on. So that's just camera mode. Alright, so I'm now recording me recording this, I think. Now you want the light on. It's just literally, and this is a bright light, I've got to say. Alright, so hang on, let's hold that, there you go. So there's your light, that's fixed, bright as, glad I'm not looking at it. And then we go, hit it again, and it will flash. Yeah, look, nice little merry-go-round. And then you hit it again, and it will flash a bit faster. And then on again. So there's 3 settings, and then you hold your finger down to turn it off. And that is pretty much it. I just went out and got this today. I'll just turn it off. So that's turning off. It's obviously got the little charge light there to say that it's fully charged, so it goes red when it's charging and it goes blank when it's fully charged. Look, I've got to tell you, for 59 bucks, I don't think you can go far wrong with this. I really don't. I will now, let me just see, because it's been a while since so the new Fly 6, which they've done a few bits and pieces to it, is 194 bucks. Yeah, and I'm not sure you can even buy the old Fly 6. I think, no, you can. You can from 99 bucks, and it's saying here it's $149. Okay, now look, I've got to say, I've had my trusty Fly 6 for a few years now, a couple of years. It's never really let me down. I have dropped it a fair few times. This one does seem to be made of a slightly more robust plastic. I don't know, it seems to be. And I have actually used that as recording on the bike when I forgot to take my other camera. But this one, I mean, it's good, but I don't think it's quite the same plastic. I don't know, you know, I'm just being very picky there. But to be quite honest with you, for 59 bucks, which is what I just paid for it, I don't see how you can really go wrong with that. I really don't. I mean, pretty much the same weight. It is slightly bigger. Thickness wise, as you can see, they're pretty much the same, but if you put them like that, you can see then the Aldi one is a little bit longer. All right, that's it. The only other thing I can do now is, I guess, is get on my bike and go for a ride. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and strap this to my mountain bike right this second, and I'm going to whiz up the road, and I will see how it goes, and I'll put that on the next video. So look, I give it at this stage, first impressions, I've literally only had it in my hands about 30 minutes, no, a bit more than that, probably an hour, because I've charged it as well. I would probably say go and get one. If you're in the market for a camera, go and get one. I'm glad now that I realise I can use it as a front camera, because I've been meaning to get a front camera for a while, and I mean, why not? You know, it's light, nice. So that is it. That is my quick review on the Bike Mate HD camera with tail light.